where I did what most normal people would do in my position, figuring out that I've never done this before, per se. So I got on Google, YouTube, looked up. You will find a lot of stuff on commencement speeches on Google and YouTube, okay? But they don't have commencement speeches for simple guys. They don't have commencement speeches for dummies, nor do they have Cliff Notes. And remember Cliff Notes? Yeah. So as I'm preparing for this, fear kept sort of coming in a little bit. Fortunately for me on YouTube, there are some good examples. I would recommend checking out some, Steve Jobs' commencement was pretty good. Will Ferrell's is hilarious. You know, but some people didn't really help much. Through my investigation, though, I came across one question that kept sticking out to me. All the hours looking up on YouTube, because you know, once you get the recommendations, you'll start listening to what does the fox say, just hours of searching. But through my investigation, a question popped up. Why me? What did you do? You guys were smart, great, but your judge of character probably wasn't the best for this guy standing up here. But with the why me question, I believe I'm here for being good at three things that I'm fortunate enough to have these individuals observed in my groups and programs. But I believe I'm here because of three good things that I do. And they were instilled in me by my father. Two of which he told me, and one of which I just learned through watching how he carried himself and just the way he handled life in general. The first two that I'm going to tell you is smile and pick people up when they're down. Smile. Pick people up when they're down. We're in a great field and role and position in our lives as far as healthcare and just working with people on a daily basis that we get to do this. We have freedoms to allow our personalities to shine. We have freedoms to allow not just the medicine and the knowledge of it, but how we are and how we apply the medicine to the people that we serve. But the smile and pick people up when they're down. The third one is know your role. And that's not me. Know your role. What that means is there are things that make us who we are. Whether as a father, as a husband, as a student, as a professional, as a wife, whatever the roles that we may have. But it's up to us, especially from this point, to really define these roles for ourselves. How do I be a good husband? How do I be a good father? How do I be a good anything? There are roles in that we must maintain. Now, other people around us are going to have different kind of ideas of what those roles are. But this is the path that we're choosing to take. And it's our path. So we've decided we need to define those roles because it is those roles that are most important, not so much of how we get anywhere, but the direction that we're going. So smile. I get it all the time. These individuals have heard me and seen me numerous times. How are you so happy? I hear that mentioned all the time. How are you so happy? Well, for one, I'm an idiot. I'm just going to put that out there. Self-proclaimed. You can't argue that. I told you. It's true. But how am I so happy? I think of all kinds of different things that have to do with life that people don't take advantage of. And for all of us now, we're at this table, this huge banquet of all the foods that we could ever want in our lives, all the opportunities for happiness and positivity. What I've done is I've learned not to wait for other people to sit at the table and eat. I dig in. I don't wait for particular food to be there or not to be there. If there are peas on the table and I don't like peas, guess what I don't do? Take peas. I eat everything that makes me happy. Things that don't make me happy, I don't eat. It's called my life. I put it there. If I'm not smiling, it's not because of what I'm doing, but it's because of what I'm not doing. So it is up to me to put that stuff in front of me. I take ownership of my environment. I take ownership of the bubble that I create around people that's positive and happy. I dare you to not laugh or smile in my presence, because I will pick on you. Some students know that to be true for a fact. The groups that they sat in. Let me give you an idea about some of the groups. I do what's called rec therapy. Okay, so a lot of the times these students see me at like 9 in the morning, and I am over the top. So we're going to give these guys an example of one of the groups, just for old time's sake, like close. We're going to give them an old time's sake kind of group. Can I participate communication, this is okay. Raise your hands if it's okay. Raise your hands. All right, so just to give them one more example of group, and everyone, we're just, because you're going to do a lot of applauding, so let's just stretch real quick, just to give them one more idea. Everyone raise your hands up above your head, everyone. All up above your head. Okay, now if you have bad shoulders, don't hurt yourself, because I don't want to hurt you, okay, or your bad back, because I want you to, you guys can put your hands up. You guys, not you. You guys do. You guys follow instructions well, it's awesome. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your hands above your head just like this, and you're going to bend everyone up. What you're going to do, you're going to bend 5 times down and up. Go. And now as you do that, say, Om, class of 2014. That just makes you guys feel good. Now you guys know what these guys have to deal with every day that they're there. Tuesdays and Thursdays, group with shot. Amazing. Amazing. And I thank you for that, because if that didn't work, the rest of my speech was done, so I'm glad it worked. But I wasn't in charge of creating this marinade around myself. This is what I implore you guys to do, and everyone here, just to be honest with you, is create a marinade. Happiness isn't about things that I do. It's about the things that I look forward to doing that are already in front of me. And there's something you can put those there. And if I soak in a positive, happy marinade, I have no other choice but to be happy in my marinade. Who's picturing me as a turkey? Apologize. But you gotta soak in this thing called life, especially now that you're in charge of it, because it is up to you and it is yours. So soak in it. Put it in front of you. Take ownership. Eat at the table. Do whatever you have to do to find the happiness that is in store for you. 2, pick people up when they're down. We're in a great field for that. We're in a great role and position in our lives to pick people up when they're down. People are going to see you at their weakest. Just a rec therapist. I've seen over 60,000 people in one facility. Not once, that'd be weird. But over my experience, many, many people have come into their weakest. And I'm fortunate enough to give them that one thing that helps pick them up. Humor, laughter in a positive way. I encourage every you guys to find that role, find that way that you're able to pick people up. And it may be different than other people. Once again, I am an idiot and it works. May not work for you, works well for me. But find that way. My position with this belief of picking people up has not only offered me opportunities professionally and personally, but also in how people interact with me. Especially with where I work in behavioral health. Not many people want to talk openly, but if you create that environment where people will, especially in our field, you're going to find that it makes more of a difference than you know. Through the years, I've continually defined how I put the care back in healthcare. Through my experience, I've continually defined how to put the relating back in relationships. And you've already experienced this. The care, the relating. I said, you got to imagine these students coming into a hospital, behavioral health of all things, inpatient, not ever dealing with inpatient. They're like kids at a soccer game for 4-year-olds. The ball goes that way. It says amazing and immense things about
it's like right beside it.
Your compassion, your care.
Okay. Okay. Alright, but.
And know your role. Like I said, this is a know your role. But it's up to us to define and constantly, continually redefine these roles that are us. As a father, husband, whatever role you may take. It's a simple concept. In my experience, though, it's the one that gives people the most trouble. And now I ask you, what is your role in this path for this vehicle that is you? Whether we have new directions or the same one. And remember where this vehicle started. For some of us, I know myself, my parents taught me how to drive with me sitting on their lap. Yes or yes? Anyone ever get that? Parents put you on their lap, they're working the gas, the steering wheel, and you're working the gas and brake. Yes? Yes. Thank you for the hand. We start going off the road, what happened? They yanked us back. Because obviously we don't want to hit a tree, right? So they're veering us back on the road. They're hitting the brakes. They're hitting the gas for us. They're someone in control, in charge of our direction and path up until this point. But now is that time where you've taken over this vehicle. The parents have gotten out of the car, or those that have helped you sensitivity, innocence, command, assertiveness, leadership, and heart. Especially your heart. For some I've seen more than others, but especially your heart. And the excitement for growth in environments unfamiliar are the qualities that drive this vehicle that is you. The roles you define provide the direction. In closing, I'm just going to reiterate the two statements my father told me and give you a quote. The quote is, "The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in capacity. Our ability to reach its full potential is limited by one thing: our heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what we're doing, if we have no drive or no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions." Find your success here at IUP. That was IUP quote. Sorry, I was watching hockey. But lastly, I'm just going to leave you with the two things that my father told me. Smile and pick people up. Smile and pick people up. The role part is up to you to figure out, guys. Once again, it has been my pleasure and honor to be here. Let me once again say congratulations to the class of 2014. God bless, and thank you.
Alyssa Lynn Erman. Wade Golan Evans. Jillian Mackenzie Figueroa. Extreme pride, and know that each and every one of you is going to make a significant impact and a significant difference in somebody's life as you leave these doors. As I say that, it is my great pleasure to have all of the class of 2014 stand, please, for me.
Yeah, it's so
I am
nice
very
over
pleased
there.
and proud to announce the class of 2014.
It's so nice over there.
You may now turn
I
your
wish it was
passes
there.
to the left.
She has a little bow on top.
Yeah. She's not throwing it.
Thank you, everyone, for coming, and congratulations.
Did she get her diploma already?
Yeah.
I was over there. They told me to go over there. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's not your fault.